We acknowledge that Tri-Cities Community Television operates on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the kʷikʷəĽ First Nation. We thank the kʷikʷəĽ who continue to live on these lands and care for them along with the waters and all that is above and below.
On September 29th, community members gathered at Colony Farm on the traditional lands of the kʷikʷəĽ First Nation for the annual Walk for Truth and Reconciliation.
OCM, everyone. I'm Councillor John Peters. We'd like to quickly start. I just want to say thank you, everyone, for taking the time to join us today. We're going to start with a traditional song and singing. So just to get everyone's attention, thank you very much. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to join us here for 2025's Truth and Reconciliation Walk. But in saying that, thank you for all your attention. We'll start off with a traditional song and prayer by Nancy and our fellow members from the kʷikʷəĽ First Nations, and I'll let them take it from there. So thank you very much.
Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, hilo, whoa, whoa.
I'd like to introduce the drumming group that has recently formed this year. We've had a few performances. This group is called the Gathering of the Yakwales, which is the Young Bald Eagles. This is a name that Christina has carried on from her younger years, where she actually really did start to learn a lot of the traditional songs, cultural practices, and ceremonial protocols. And we really are grateful for everything that Christina has brought back to our nation. Sorry.
Thank you. The last song I sang was a song borrowed from Squamish that I learned when I was younger. And then the two songs I'm about to sing are our first songs that are back to us from us. All the other songs we've ever sang in the last 30 years have been borrowed songs. Our cultural practices and teachings have been kind of taken from us, and what we learned is from all the other nations kind of giving back. So the songs we sung or singing now were given to me last year through spirit, through being culturally aware of myself and being self-reflecting. The first song we're going to sing is this welcome song that I got during the Aurora Borealis a year and a half ago. And I was extremely excited, and I got in the middle of a field out there, and I had to ride my bike all the way back because I was afraid to lose it. So I was singing and riding and singing, trying to get home so I can record it. And then the second song we're going to sing is The Grandmother's Lullaby, which is a song I think I got through one of our elders, Fred, who talked about getting coho teeth for rattles and how they can calm any baby. Since that he grew up with when he grew up, and that when you use coho teeth in a rattle, a year later it will actually sound different because the teeth are so sharp it will rehone the inside of that rattle and it will create a new sound a year later. So the song came to me shortly after. I'm going to sing the welcome song. Can you come up with that, Nancy? No, there you go. Stand up there. There you go. So we'll sing it 4 times, right? Whoa, whoa, he whoa, whoa, he whoa, 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 he whoa, whoa, he whoa,
If I can share just a little bit about that song. That song really sits in my heart, and I've really taken, me and Percy have really taken it upon ourselves to really learn that song. And we actually learned it faster than Christina, although it was her song. And it is something that I really do enjoy singing with everyone today.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Singing The Grandmother's Lullaby. Yo, 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 way, yo, 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 way, yo, 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 way, way, hey, yo, 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 way, yo, 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 way, yo, 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 way, way, hey, way, way, hey, yo, 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 way, way, hey, yo, 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 way, yo 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 way, yo 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 way, way hey Thank you, everybody.
Welcome. I thank everybody for attending today. As you can see, the last few times we've done this, it's been really nice. And today is going to, I've talked to a lot of individuals out there and they're so happy that this is happening because now they can really feel what our ancestors had to go through in the past. The last few times we've done this, it's been nice out, it's been a beautiful day. Today the weather is a little bit, as you can see, it stopped raining for us, which is great. But I'm very proud and honored to see this many people here to support us. It's just, words can't explain it. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you guys for taking the time off work, your family life, to come here and stand beside us and walk with our elders. So thank you guys. Have a great day.
Thank you. You all heard me this morning getting everyone's attention. I've been here since the first Truth and Reconciliation walk started after discoveries of what the rest of Canada was going through with all First Nations. And the first couple of years, me and Mr. Chaffee shared a lot of our elders' stories, their experiences that they'd gone through. But the first year, and I hold this dearly to my heart, is that when we had started this walk, you as the cities, the school districts, everyone that has been brought in here to kʷikŭl̊. And in our culture, we always believe the Creator will guide people to our nation that would help support us on our healing journey and what we do as First Nations within our own ancestral home. To see the consistency of everyone that's been here right from the beginning. And the strongest message I gave to you is that I wouldn't ask anyone to experience what we have as a nation, but I'd only ask you to walk a mile in my elder's shoes. And since that started, you guys have come every year. And for the longest time, as a counselor, I've been working on this, doing this healing journey for kʷikŭl̊, because in the longest time, I've always heard, I didn't know there was First Nations here in the Tri-Cities, but with all the work and with the school district, the cities, all levels of government, that we finally, I'm finally starting to hear what is kʷikŭl̊ going to do next. And so I'm honored here today, seeing, and I'm getting emotional because I see the support to my nation. And the hardest part for me is that since we started this walk, we've lost so many elders, like 10 elders since that start of that walk, and in a short amount of time. And the one that I miss the most is Elder Beverly Murkowski. Because although she was blind and had mobility issues, she was the one elder that was so prideful and so thankful for all the support that come to our nation, that she led the pack. And it was hard for me to keep up with her, to be really honest. And if anyone knows Beverly as well as we do, she always had this crazy joke that she could walk on her hands. But and we'd get all worried about it, but then she'd go like this and start walking on her hands. So that's what drives me and keeps those memories going. Not just for what kʷikŭl̊ has gone through historically, but for what we see today. And honest, to me personally, when it comes to truth and reconciliation, this is true reconciliation here, to see this support to my nation. So my hand's up to you for taking the time to walk a mile in my elder's shoes. And to me, honestly, if we keep doing this work, we will be the new face for the future generations of the Tri-Cities, to show that, yes, we have gone through a lot historically, but we're doing the heavy lifting now for the future generations to not just understand the truth that all First Nations have gone through, but a path forward, as our ancestors have always done when we had to go to a different part of our territory, is create a new path for the future generations to thrive. And I think after this walk today, we're still continuing what we did a few years ago, and we'll be the face of that future generation to show everyone, with a little hard work, roll up your sleeves, talk about those difficult discussions, we can truly make a difference here in the Tri-Cities and rewrite history. So thank you so much for taking the time today. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you so much. It means a lot. And I'll pass it over to Mr. Chaffee for a quick few words, but we understand that with the Creator's blessing, we'll try to have this walk before it starts raining again. But thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. On behalf of my elders and my ancestors of kʷikʷəḻ, I just welcome you to our ancient village here since time immemorial, Sakaians, to do this walk in honor of those elders and ancestors. So thank you.
That's a hard act to follow. He's getting better every year. That's there. And I just want to start off, thank you, Chief and Council, for having this day today, for letting us speak here today. I'd like to thank the drummers. I'd like to thank Nancy for all the work that you guys have done. Thank you, staff, for all the hard work. And I'd like to take the time today to thank everyone who's come. I thank my elders as well. Thank you so much for being here, for supporting us young ones when that's what we need today. Every year we have our elders come out, and they come out and support us, and they lead that walk. Why? Because that is our past. That's part of who we are, to make sure that the young ones, and I can still call myself a young one, that I'm able to learn and understand that the road that we walked today was something where children of our nation went and they never came home. Our elders always talked about that and the hurt that went behind it. Every year I've been out here, every year I've always had a story to tell. Passion is, if anyone knows me, there is in me because of the fight that we are in of reconciliation. This year was a hard year for me and started off a hard year. I had someone who I was very close to, who I considered a knowledge keeper of my community. He taught the young ones that were here, and he led the fight for Kwi First Nation and showed the young ones what it meant to fight back and be a guardian and be a true steward of this community. This year, in January of this year, we've lost that elder. That elder was my brother. He is deeply missed here, and he is one, and it's the reason why I share this story, is one of the people who had the residential, I call it the residential slap, that went through the generations. He fought with alcoholism and he fought with drug use all his life, not because he chose that, because he had no choice because of what he went through in his life. Generation upon generation of our young ones being taught wrong. And he went through it, and even though he went through it, he stood up and he fought back, and he passed away like many generations of these elders who are down here, who deserve to be acknowledged, to make sure that you are here today. 10 years ago, I would have never seen any of you here today. I would have never seen any of you, but I see you here today. I see hope. And the saddest part about this is that when these elders pass away, they're not going to be able to see that reconciliation, and they're the ones who deserve it. They're the ones who need to see this, you people here. They need to see that hope, that you understand that you have now walked in the mile of our footsteps and join us in being the guardians of this watershed, because it's so important that we work together. It's a reason why we do this. Every year I see new faces that I hear. I see old, but that tells me something. You guys are listening. You guys are understanding. You are now walking with us. I have relationships with people that I never thought was possible there, but we're talking, and it's so important that we do that. So on behalf of my elders, the ancestors, my council, and the children who are here, I thank each and one of you for coming here to witness this today. And keep in mind, when you walk today, the pain that has happened here, and that you're helping heal that journey. It's called the heal of journey when you walk up that road. Keep that in mind when you walk. So I thank everyone today, and Aichka, thank you.
guess we'll have a few words shared by our CAO, Mr. Raymond Miller.
Thank you all for being here. I think that today is a day that speaks for itself. According to the agenda, I was supposed to speak to our own efforts of understanding truth and reconciliation, and so I've just jotted a few notes down. Number one, learn and unlearn. So there is a truth to the past grievances and the history of Indigenous peoples, not just in Canada, but everywhere. But what's been imposed on us and the lessons that we've been learned and the lessons that we've been taught are very contrary to the reality of those. So learning and especially unlearning what we have been taught, the lies and such. Number two, listen and build relationships. Just look around. Everybody is here, and there are so many folks here who are non-Indigenous that I know for a fact, but they are our allies, they are our friends, and it's very nice to welcome you guys here today. Number three, acknowledge and honor, whether it's through your own personal prayer before a meal or as a collective with a group, whether you're part of a government or an organization or not who's going through your own truth and reconciliation process. Number four, support healing practices. Indigenous people across Canada have varying healing practices, and they have their own ways of doing things. Some of this is looked down upon for whatever reason, whether it's the sort of traditional faith and how it looks down upon these types of teachings and such, or other. But very, very effective, and we're trying to bring those back, and we need help bringing those back too. And number five, advocate and act. Again, some of you folks who are here, you guys are not Indigenous, but you're here for a reason. You guys are advocating and you guys are acting. And if you guys see something wrong or bad, then say something. And I think I'm surrounded by a bunch of folks who would stand, up for the injustices of Indigenous people, because you're all here right now. You guys are standing here in the rain, for God's sake. And number six, and very relevant to today, walk alongside and not ahead. Thank you guys all for being here and joining us side by side as allies and friends, and not just as acquaintances or people who are just here to have your photo taken or whatever. That's not what this day is about. So I just want to acknowledge everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Cheers. Hi, Chika.
I just wanted to share some words today and really thank everyone for coming today. This really is something that I've tried to make a realization of, that this is reconciliation in action, is when you make this effort to just listen to what we have to show you, and the knowledge that we're sharing is all that we can really ask for. And when you guys really show this effort, it really does show us that you guys are coming forward with the effort that we need to help build a stronger community. But we would like to thank you for this day and for this opportunity to walk with our friends, to honor the meaning of truth and reconciliation. As we do this important work for our families and loved ones, we ask the Creator to watch over us and to bring us healing and peace in our hearts, so that we can all continue to create the vibrant and thriving communities needed for our people. Our families once walked on this land, thriving in times of abundance and overcoming adversities in the strength that we built together. Kwi-kwəḻa were one of the first defenders of this land, united with our brothers and sisters surrounding us, the Kaitsi, the Salaliwatalth, the Kwamaskwiyam, the Sawathan, and the Kwantlen nations. We once fought side by side to protect our lands. We gathered together to celebrate, and we provided for each other. Our territory encompasses lands that are embedded with profound spiritual and cultural significance, where countless generations have lived, hunted, fished, and traveled, sustaining our families for a millennium. Elders emphasize the importance of these lands and connections, asserting that they hold the nation's history and heritage. Our lands and ancestral villages bear names with deep connections, such as here on Ire 1, Sakayans, referring to the early Sakai run that would return to Squetlmalstatlo, the Coquitlam River. Kwi-kwəḻ believe that Chals, the creator, and the transformers designate us as the guardians of the Coquitlam watershed, entrusting us with the responsibility to protect and preserve this land for future generations. There are so many stories of my mom and my family and all the families of Kwi-kwəḻ really putting forth this effort to bring back our culture and our heritage and to protect one another. The stories from my mom, who did not take care of me, are stories that I share in hopes that it will help other people who are healing, that I could never live in the times that she lived in, or even imagine what she had to go through. And it's in each parent's responsibility in each generation that comes forward to create a better future for their children. And I feel that our families have always done that. From my Auntie Evie, who was the chief at one time, who was very scared and didn't have an education, but she tried with all of her strength, all of her might, and the stories will live with me forever in my heart. Of my Auntie Patsy, who went to residential school, the stories we would hear of her having to leave the very day that she left, and to when she returned home, not even a shell of what she used to be. Her strength was taken from her, and she ended up taking her life because of it. To my Uncle Homer, who was also a language warrior in our nation without realizing it, where he would hold recorders in his hand such as this and just continue to record any language that he would have come to his mind. That strength, through all of the adversities that we're feeling as a people, is something that is still being honored today. I remember that we all had the same question amongst our small groups, who could see the potential of helping our First Nation, is why aren't others seeing what we see? No one else seemed to care despite us reaching out to family and other young ones my age. With how fast this world was changing, it was hard for us to imagine a time we could all stand together and help each other. We would always recall when my Uncle Homer would tell us there will be a time that all the nations will unite and fight for our people together. And it was another elder, Albert Phillips, who taught us that there only needs to be one person who remembers the old teachings, one person with the passion to keep our culture alive for our people. As long as there is one, we are not dead and forgotten. And he was right. In Hunkaminam, the word Hansawayas means to come back to life or to return after thought dead. And to have what we have today is no small feat, and I will forever remember all that went into it. The true blood, sweat, and tears, all of the sacrifices, all of the victories, and all of the smiles that are brought back to our community with pride. And the honor it is to walk with the strong ones beside us, who are not just friends or allies, but the true meaning of family, who came to our side when we needed the most. With all the changes to this land and our way of life, we have overcome great adversities from unthinkable acts. We remain strong in our spirits with a growing fire inside of us as we stay true to our determination to heal our families. A new generation is emerging, driven by a strong desire to revitalize our culture and languages, leading to an increase in the number of speakers and interested learners of all ages. As we work together with all our neighbors into the future, we are guided by the teachings of our ancestors to carry on the same as of old, upholding our responsibilities to our people, our lands and waters, and all living things. We first must remember the teachings that were passed down to us, and to ask questions, to be open and receiving the guidance that we need. But thank you everyone for coming today. And like I said, you really are showing what reconciliation means to be in action. Sept. Thank you. That was amazing. A few years ago, well, just thinking of Truth and Reconciliation, didn't even understand how close residential school was behind us because it was never spoken about. I'm second generation from it, and my husband's first. So the ripple is very thick and very, very much there in us. We are defined by trauma, and we struggle every day to be at times. 2 years ago, my old boss asked me to do something with the community regarding truth and reconciliation. And I started thinking about our truth. What is our truth? We never had a moment to even think about what our truth was before people came here to reconcile us. And we needed a hot minute. But my Auntie Laverne spoke to me during an elder's lunch and started telling me her story growing up with her mother, my grandmother, and her truth. And that's when I got the idea to offer our community an opportunity to share their truth via anonymous letters, so they can be able to self-reflect and to be able to put some stuff on paper without having to stand here themselves and to speak it. As well as for you guys to actually have something to reconcile, to take a moment to read our words and be us for a second,
really is the most I could ever ask for. Last year we got 3 letters, and this year we got 2. And I'm hoping to open up to other Indigenous people who don't have their homes or their nations close to them next year to help reconcile. So I have 2 letters, and I'd like to ask each of the people who volunteered to read their letters to come up here and read reconcile. Thank you. Hello. Thank you. So this is give this to you. Yeah.
Just hold it.
Yeah. Are you comfortable to hold this?
I can hold it.
Okay,
I can
okay.
hold it. I can also throw my voice. Yeah. It's the first time opening it, so.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I wasn't going to write a letter because I didn't have a truth. I am regular, like everyone else. I went to the same schools, stores, saw the same movies, wore the same clothing, and ate the same food. So my truth was I'm like everyone else. But after that calculation of statistical life filled out, then I saw my truth. And it sucks. Yes, I did all the above, but I forgot to slice in how, in school, I was automatically labeled as Indigenous, drunken Indians, from the kids. Stores follow me and still follow me daily, even if I don't look like a grungy teenager anymore. Movies have had audiences laughing at stereotypical Indigenous distributive characters, or as Google said, cultural appropriation. Well, I'm sitting there listening to humor at its best. My cousin was just the same as my friends. Brand names, costly arsenal fortune, I'm sure. Feeling disconnected when seeing other people in regalia, proud and Indigenous. I enjoy pizza, all the food that we all eat, but don't like how I'm always asked about all the tax-free stuff I must get and how lucky I am, or how I shouldn't have that right. I should pay like the rest. My truth is loved and appreciated, amused. I fit in, yet I'm on the outskirts. I'm proud. I'm ashamed. Truth to share, my truth, real, raw, and revealing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
First of all, I just want to say thank you to the nation, to Chief and Council, to the elders, to all members of the nation for inviting me and all of you to be part of this Truth and Reconciliation Walk. And it is awesome to see the strength of the nation, over the last number of years growing. Christina, I just love that you had a hot minute and you were able to, bring your voice and your dance and the songs that you share. Councillor Peters, the comment about Beverly, is so moving and touching, and it reminds us why we are here and what we're doing. And I'm honored to be sharing this letter as well, which is my truth. Healing for me is a roller coaster of emotions. My midlife crisis was a reflection of my childhood uncertainty. I focused on what I didn't want, neglecting to express my dreams. I felt like I was juggling 100 tennis balls while navigating life. Then I lost my footing and faced a house of mirrors, confronting my fears alongside my dreams coming true. Processing these emotions are exhausting. My struggles come from generational trauma, shaping my efforts to shield myself. Understanding good requires knowing bad. I've been transformed by facing my fears, becoming what I once feared. Trust is elusive, and the world feels different, but I now have clarity on who I want to be. Healing means accepting. I may never get all the answers, while I can't forget my pain. I've learned I'm stronger than I thought. I forgive those who shaped me, including myself. Today I release my pain, not in tears, but by handing it over to the one who is here to help recognize my past. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kamloopa children. Without you, I wouldn't have truth or strength to transform myself. Haichka Osiam. Thank you.
I guess, is that it for the... Okay, just before we start this walk, I'll share my truth. I know it was anonymous or whatever, and this is just off the, just thinking about in honor of today. So my truth is that when I was, my parents were 16, they had me very young, and to be honest, that I never grew up here in Sakayans. My grandmother made the decision to let me grow up with my mother off reserve. So in regards to that truth, a lot of the culture that I know today didn't come until later in my life. For 16 years, my grandmother had always set a plate at the table for me every Christmas until I came home. And it was unfortunate when I came back home in '96 that she was already passed and moved away. So, but when I came home, for me, it was just hard to be accepted on the outside world. And then when I came home, it was hard to be accepted in my village. Yes, my family loved me, but they didn't know me. They didn't know the things I've gone through during that time until we shared those stories. So, but the one thing that I remember that my knowledge keeper have gifted me when I first came home, because I was really heavy on myself. I was going through alcoholism, but they always told me, so everything happens for a reason, and sometimes the bad things have to happen for the good things to start. And so in honor of today, I wanted to share that just like residential school, yes, historically it should never have happened, but if it wasn't for that moment in our history, that we couldn't be here to start this healing journey for all First Nations. So my truth today is that yes, I didn't grow up here, wasn't able to learn my culture, but I took that time and really talked to my elders about their stories and what they went through, especially with my grandmother having to let her daughter go to residential school and her coming back and never being the same again, to a point where she had to take her life. And in honor of today, I share this personal story with you just to show the resilience of us as First Nations and what drives me to continue this work for the future generations. Because if it wasn't for that knowledge keeper to share those words with me that I've been carrying for 30 years, I wouldn't be here today after everything I've gone through. And to be really honest, since I've been on council, it's been a very hard journey. Some stories that I've heard would definitely keep you up for nights on end. And I go through this day to day. And then, to be really honest, I swear I have like functional depression because of all the challenges I deal with on a day-to-day basis. So in saying that, before our walk, I personally wanted a special thanks to all the staff in our kʷikʷəḷ office. It's a very challenging environment. We deal with stuff that no other people even deal with or have to on a day-to-day. So I just want to personally ask everyone to give my staff a round of applause for all the work that they do. Because honestly, that is true reconciliation, to work for a nation that's gone through so much and to help us as leaders to rewrite that part of our history that we've gone through. Yes, we'll never be able to forget what we've gone through, but at least we have some very good people, some humble people that will sit here day to day to work with us on that journey. And it's always an uphill battle. So thank you all to my staff for making this day happen and helping us continue that healing journey. So in saying that, thank you very much. I apologize for being so emotional, but in honor of today, I just want to thank you so much. And like Mr. Chaffee said, when you walk down that road, just keep in your thoughts of what this nation has gone through historically. Just the thoughts of shame, like my aunt had shared years ago, the shame of being First Nations, and then just walking down that road to an unknown world that we were never had the chance to get used to, because it was outside of our traditional governance, it was outside of our traditional ways, and we had to adapt to what you see today. But in honor today, I think we're on the right path. And like my elder Terry had said before in a video, that we're still here and we're still smiling regardless of what we went through. So thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm here with Chief Ron Giesbrecht of Kʷik̆wəǳlʚ First Nation. And Chief Giesbrecht, can you tell us a little bit about what happened here today at the Reconciliation Walk and why it's so important for the community to come out and participate?
Thank you. That's a very valuable question. For the community, what it entails is healing. It's the understanding of the stories, to pass those stories forward, not to pass blame, but to start healing within. And when we walk in our ancestors' footsteps, that is a sign of respect for us and the journey that we've been on. And we've been on this journey for a long time, and it's unfortunate, but today meant so much for the elders, for our ancestors, and leadership to do this event, because at the end of the day, we're here because of our ancestors and what they've taught us. And we have to show our appreciation, our respect that they deserve. Even though in the past is the past, but we need to talk about the truths in order to reconcile. Some individuals think, I've heard comments, or just get over it, it happened so long ago. And you know, there was a little bit disrespectful in those words, but we have to get through it in order to put stuff behind us, and we have to face it. And some of our elders and some of the stories that we've heard affect all of us different, and it brings in the desire to help with the truth. Reconciliation, the government wants to do that all the time. Municipalities want to do that. But the first step is for us to heal, for us to have a successful journey, because it won't happen unless it does.
So honored to be here, Mayor Richard Stewart, City of Kʷik̆wəǳlʚ. I try to get to this event every year. I believe I've been every time they've held it. This is truly a symbolic walk, but it is something that we need to contemplate as well, because for generations, the people of this village, for the Kʷik̆wəǳlʚ First Nation, had to walk all the way down this kilometer-long roadway in all weather, just to go to school, to catch a bus, to get anywhere they needed to go. We also want to acknowledge, though, that there's so many other challenges, that this nation got a small piece of land that's on the wrong side of the dike. so their village got flooded every year. Their children were taken away to residential schools. My mother was French Canadian Catholic, and she moved to kʷik̆wəḻ so that her children could learn French, speak French, and be part of a community so that her children could be raised in the language and culture that she wanted them to. And so many others didn't get that chance. So many of our Indigenous friends and family didn't get that chance. So it's an important day, I think, for our community, and an important step for reconciliation.
We're here today at the Reconciliation Walk for kʷik̆wəḻ First Nation, and I'm with Finn Donnelly. So Finn, can you tell us a little bit about why you're here today and what the walk is all about?
Well, I'm happy to support kʷik̆wəḻ First Nations Truth and Reconciliation Walk. I think it's a really important way for non-Indigenous people like myself to really get involved and learn. So we walked, and before the walk we heard stories about the elders that would do that walk. I wasn't aware of. So just learning about their path and their journey is so important going forward about how we can work together. So every child matters. We're doing the walk for the youth. And elders have a story to tell, especially Indigenous elders. So to come and listen and learn and then take part in the walk is a way that we can actually walk together.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, cheers.
Elders, survivors, families, and supporters, many wearing orange shirts in recognition that every child matters, moved together along the trail in a solemn act of remembrance. For the first time, the kʷik̆wəḻ RCMP assisted by stopping traffic along Lougheed Highway, allowing the group to cross safely as one. For many, that visible act of support carried deep symbolic weight, a gesture of respect and acknowledgement of the significance of the day. The walk was more than a procession. It was a moment of shared reflection on the legacy of Canada's residential schools, remembering those children who never returned, honoring survivors, and recognizing the lasting impact on families and communities. Voices rose in songs, stories, and silences, reminding all present that reconciliation requires both truth and action. Each step taken at Colony Farm was both a tribute and a promise to remember, to listen, and to keep moving forward together toward healing and understanding. I'm Yuna Fahim for Tri-Cities Community TV.
OCM, everybody. I'd like to thank you guys for coming out today. I would like to give special thanks to the RCMP. Today was a first. They helped us navigate Lougheed Highway, and my hands go up to you. They're playing an important role with reconciliation in today's day. In the past, well, they had a job to do and they did it, and today they're helping with us reconciling the past. I really appreciate everybody coming out. The stories, I'm not sure how many stories you guys have heard, but please take them into the heart. And I really thankful that you guys came out today, because today was a beautiful day for our ancestors and our elders, and as well as for leadership to see all the individuals coming out to support the nation in a positive way. And it's a journey, and it's only begun. So thank you guys. Any final?
No, I just want to say, echo the same words as our chief here from kʷikŭl̑m, is that I'll personally pray for everyone that joined us today and ask my ancestors to watch over you as you safely travel home, so we can continue this good work on behalf of all the future generations here in the Tri-Cities, which we call our ancestral home. So my hands up to everyone for taking the time and showing that love to our elders that are still here today. And I'll personally pray for everyone that came today, like I said, for those safe travels home, and continue that work. And I want to share same thoughts as our chief here, that my hands up to the RCMP for, yes, you had a job to do historically in the past, but today you came here to help us protect the families that we care so deeply about. So in honor of reconciliation, my hands up to them, especially for the work today and showing that love and care for our people. So all my relations, and thank you once again for our walk this 2025, and then looking forward to seeing everyone next year for the same work that we do again. So thank you very much. And that'll conclude our event.